an integral part of a marriage. There's a reason. This is my belief. This is what I say. There's a reason why we were created by somebody. Like you creating this phone, and you've put in, the dial button, the message button for a reason, and it's there and you're not making use of it. Let's say your call button is not working on your phone. You know how painful that could be? That's the same thing, There's a reason why sex was created in the confines of a marriage, for pleasure. And if I have needs, I've waited all my life as a single person, and then I'm getting married and I've gotten married now and I'm not getting the needs, my needs satisfied, that could be really painful. So it comes down to, and me, I'm a firm believer in intentional living, intentional relationships. Be intentional. Like we've all said, I think that's one thing everybody has said, is that we need to work together as a team to make sure that we are both satisfied. I was listening to a beloved couple, I love them so much, on YouTube, and they were talking about how they were able to navigate that period when she was pregnant. She talked about the fact that when she was pregnant, she had a very terrible period during pregnancy. She was throwing up like 18 times a day. She was losing weight. And obviously she knows that the husband has needs. So they looked for other ways to be intimate, They could just cuddle while going to bed, creating that, there's a satisfaction that comes when you just hold your wife, to bed. Yeah. And they also looked for other ways to satisfy each other. It's as simple as that. There are so many things that can be done that can relieve, relieve both partners. And this is just for educational purposes. We're not trying to be nasty or anything, but that's the truth, We should. Yeah, it happens. I mean, people really need to know these things, because sex, as it is, destroys marriages.
All right. That was very thoughtful of you guys. Seeing it from yet another perspective, right? Thank you, Pelumi. Thank you, Ashir. And once again, if you're just joining us, this is Complicated, your favorite air show that comes live 10 a.m. every Saturday. And we always bring you very, very interesting topics every week. We've done very good topics in the past, so we want you to go to our YouTube page, our Instagram, and also Facebook to check out some of our good works that we've done in the past. Once again, to our viewers out there, we want to say thank you for always viewing, for always commenting. And if you still want to call us, you can reach us on WhatsApp, 317-406-6469. And for sponsorship and adverts, please do not forget to still call us on that same number, and we would advertise your products and get your products across to the right set of, people who would patronize you. We would give you the best prizes ever. Quite a competitive prize. And want to say, please keep bringing in those calls. And if you also want to have birthday shout-outs, please, you can reach us on the same number. We'll be willing to do some of those things for you so that you can celebrate your loved ones out there, right? Very shortly, we'll be going on the final commercial break. And when we come back, we'll be sealing this topic titled Boundaries in Relationships and in Marriages. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
See ya.
if you're just now catching this video or this show, you can always you can always tune back on official.life events. That's on Instagram, on Facebook, and you can always go back to YouTube to catch any of the episodes that we had at official.life event, and that's without an S. And I do quickly want to give a shout out to my brother Abdul Majid Falana. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! And I also want to give a shout out to a very dear brother and friend of mine. His birthday is tomorrow, Oluwasegun Alade. I love you so much, and you know that you've been an awesome individual and an awesome addition to my life. So thank you. Happy birthday to you. Kisses, I love you.
All right, guys, once again, we want to say thank you. We're back on this show and on the final segment, right? And we're talking about relationship boundaries in relationships and marriages. And we've had a lot of argument in the studio this morning. But not to poke the bear, I just want to quickly go back to something about what Aisha said, that about the women, especially in relationships, giving out the cookie free. I want to quickly also say this, that men are not also ready to give out whatever they have free.
What?
It's as special as ever, and we're proud of what we have, right?
No.
And
Yes.
please. And I know Pelumi also talked about treasure. Yes.
Yeah.
Men have treasures too.
Yeah.
What we have and what we're endowed with are also treasures, and we want to say we will keep them safe and sound.
Yes.
We wouldn't mind keeping them as long as, But on a more serious note, I've come to realize that a lot of people use the 90 days rule.
Oh, yeah.
And not giving credit to a particular motivational speaker. I love him so much anyway. Talking about Steve Harvey. I know he's a big fan of the 90 days rule.
Yeah, he wrote about it.
Yes. So, but trust me, I have daughters too. I have male kids too. So, what Asia and Pelumi have been saying is right. Very, very correct. Trust me, it's very, very correct. You're a treasure. Keep it as much as you can. Yeah. Even though you see me arguing some of those things, it happens, right? But I want to raise those kids in that manner. Keep the cookie. Keep it, right?
Locked in a jar.
Yes,
throw
in a beautiful jar.
Throw the key in the ocean.
No,
whoever finds the key in the ocean can come and get it.
It's hard to when you throw it in an ocean, it's hard to find it. Please,
because there's a lot of keys in there.
There are a lot of keys.
That is why it takes the right man who is ready to do the right thing to find the key.
Yeah. So please, it's whatever you keep that you value, and it's whatever you keep that it's being valued by the other person, right? Yeah. So just be.
I have a question.
Okay.
So I know we're saying this, right? But in reality, right? There's people who get in relationships and they do have goals for themselves. They do want to end up getting married. No, they want to end up getting married. They want to end up together, raise a whole family. Because of that love for each other or that attraction to each other, pre-marriage, they end up, being intimate with one another. It does happen. So, because there's people who probably watching like, oh yeah, we were intimate before, but we're married now. So there's people who are watching that way. Yeah. So what is our take on that?
I personally believe that, and that's why I'm saying I personally believe, because it's my personal belief. If you have decided, and like you said, there are so many people that even now maybe they've had partners in the past and they've engaged in premarital whatever, and now they're looking to get into new relationships, and they're saying that I've been sexually active in the past. How do I go about it with my new partner? And that's where it comes to setting those boundaries, knowing what your limits are. For some people, I was saying yesterday, they can sleep on the same bed with their partners. They can stay in the same house for 50 days, which is not advised. but some people can do that and they wouldn't have that inclination to have sex. But some people, they cannot even stay 50 feet. It's pew!
It's pew! Pew!
I can't. I'm fleet.
50 feet away from their partners. It just, again, jokes aside, it just comes down to knowing what your boundaries are. Don't stay in places where, especially if you know that you people are deciding not to go that route. Yeah. Don't stay in places where this thing, don't be found in compromising positions. Because again, we are humans. Yeah. Popular say is, body no be firewood.
Yes.
That's the truth. And it's a slippery slope. If you started with kissing, it's going to get worse. Forget it. When maybe you feel bad. Yeah, you feel bad the first day. The second day when you do it, you're not going to feel bad about it. And then you progress.
There will be a progression.
First base, second base.
And then you until you touch base.
Until you now touch the base.
So, honestly, just be truthful with yourselves. I mean, we're humans. Honestly, there are some people you cannot touch them, their bodies, and it's okay for you to have bodies like that. God created those emotions for your marriage. So it is important that we keep it until then and know what your boundaries are. Set realistic boundaries. Be accountable to somebody. Tell when I'm going, like, you see, sometimes we just think that these people of the Scripture Union community, they think we used to think that they were doing too much. But honestly, it's the truth. If you're going to see the man, tell somebody. Take somebody with you if you know that you cannot take it. I know a story of somebody. I know a story of somebody that said, while they were dating, because they've agreed not to go there, whenever the lady comes visiting, he will open the door wide open. The door of his room.
I heard a story like that too.
Yeah. So it really depends on being truthful with yourself and knowing what your boundaries are.
Yeah, well, look, what you just said triggered something that I was listening to an American preacher, a message. He said something. He said he wants to be thankful, just the way you said, be accountable. He said he had a friend, right, and there was a girl who was singing in church. I mean, who they were singing. And he said, okay, we're getting married, no intimacy and all that. And they told one of his, like a friend, that please help us be our guide and all that. So he said, one of those days, the girl came to visit. And his door, he never has his door and window open. But that friend was coming by and saw that his car was there, saw that the girl's car was there, saw the window and the door was closed. He tried it. He said the guy started knocking throughout the windows in the whole house. He said, and the guy said that was the saving grace, that was the day it would have happened. And he said
that's
he would,
why the doors and
he said, until the guy kept banging until they came out, and fine. He said initially he was annoyed with the guy, but later he now saw this was the guy that
that's the guy they chose.
Have friends like that.
At times be accountable. So guys, it's been a good time spent in the studio today. Talking about this very, very, very interesting. I knew it was going to get to this today, right? So I want to say thank you for being in the studio this morning to talk about this thing. And most importantly, to our viewers out there, our fans on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, we want to say thank you. For everyone who came online today, we really appreciate you. We might not have had the grace to call you all, but we want to say thank you. It's been worthwhile today talking about relationship boundaries. We've learned one or two things, and we want you to keep it at heart. Learn from it. We are not experts, like we always disclaim, but we'll keep these conversations going so that we can learn one or two things. On behalf of everyone in the studio this morning, I want to say thank you for being part of this edition, the 10th edition of, Complicated. We appreciate you. On behalf of the producer and everyone in the studio, we'll say thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to say thank you to our producer, Yomi Chat, and Ajoke Sharifat for holding firm and making sure this program comes to reality 10 a.m. every Saturday morning. We want to appreciate you. And for everyone behind the camera, Olamide, we want to say thank you. Special thanks to you for always making sure that the cameras are on point all the time. And special thanks to Korede Ogumilade, who is the logistics person. Thank you, thank you. And to Taiwo Ogumilade, who is our still photography personality, who takes us very good pictures. We want to say thank you. On behalf of the management and crew of Life Events, we want to say thank you for all you do. And we want to say keep watching Complicated, 10 a.m. every Saturday. Join us same time on the 11th episode next Saturday. It's goodbye and God bless.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
Take it real.